Welcome to How to Become a Production SQL Database Administrator. My name is Raphael. So we begin with asking the question, what is a virtual box and how to create a virtual machine? But before we can even do that, we need to download the software VirtualBox and then create a virtual machine. So let's go there. So if you scroll down to this document that will be provided for you, I want you to copy this link, which will allow you to download and install the VirtualBox. At the same time, they'll copy it and paste it here. So this is one tab that you want to do. At the same time, I want you to do the following. I want you to copy this link and paste it on a separate tab. And I want you to copy this for SQL Server 2012. Just copy this and paste it on a tab, or create a new tab like this and paste it. And finally, do this also where we can download the AdventureWorks 2012 database that we're going to use. So copy that and on a new tab, paste it. Once you do that, you will have these four tabs. You will have one for, let's see what this is, one for the Windows Server operating system, one for the VirtualBox, one for SQL 2014, and finally, you should have one for the sample databases. So what we're going to do in this video is primarily download these software that we need, and then we'll continue from there. So the first thing I want you to do is go to the tab for the VirtualBox. Here you'll notice that we have two things that we need to download. Now, as I mentioned, a VirtualBox is a free application from Oracle, and its primary purpose is to give an application where you can install and create actual operating system independent of your desktop or your laptop. And this is a great platform to test environments for operating systems without interfering in your hosting environment. So let's see how you do that. So the first thing I want you to do is download the VirtualBox extension pack. So left click this or double click it and save and go OK. It should automatically download to your downloads folder. So if I go to here on my C drive and if I go to downloads, you'll see that it's automatically downloaded here. So yours will be by default to the downloads path. If it isn't, then make sure you understand where it is. So let's just leave that. Now that we've installed that, the next thing I want you to do is, since we're going to be installing Windows 2000 Windows operating system as opposed to Linux or Solaris or other operating systems, we need to click on this one. So click on Windows Host, and again, save the file. And again, this may take a few minutes to download, but as you can see, it's not that long and it's not that large, 117 megabytes. So what we're going to do in this video primarily is download all the necessary applications that we need and software that we need, and then the next one will start with the VirtualBox. So this is a prerequisite of installing a VirtualBox and getting all the software ready in preparation for our thing. Preparation is essential as a DBA, and what you need to do, this will be good habits of learning. So let's do that and let's see what will happen. Once we've installed the VirtualBox and the virtual extension for the virtual application, the next thing we're going to do is install, let's look at the application that we need. So let's go back to our, and that's done here. As you can see, if I open my downloads, we've got that downloaded. The next thing, we don't necessarily have to do it in this order, but make sure you get them all. So the next thing I want you to do is go to your SQL Server 2014. So now that you've pasted this on tab, I want you to download it. Now, do the SQL Server 2014 SP2, which is a 180 trial period, and go sign in. Now, you may have to sign in, and so let me punch in my password, and you may have to sign in here and go through this. Oops, let me see what happened here. And there we go. So you're going to have to do this. If you haven't created an account for this, you may have to create it. Now, some students have had difficulty in installing this, only a few. Now, what we need to do before I continue with this is we need to check the ISO image and register to continue. And I've already registered, but so I'm going to go through it briefly. But you may need to register it and so on. So just go all the way down and go continue. And there are a few tabs that you may have to fill out, such as your thing. And again, save this file and go OK. And again, now this may take a little while it's downloading, because as you can see, it's a large file, 3 gigs. So while that's downloading, what I want you to do now is finally go to your Try SQL operating system. And what we need to do is download that. So if you expand it by clicking the plus sign, we're going to do the same thing. Since I've registered already, we don't need to register. So this is going to be the Windows Server operating system. So again, click on the ISO, register. And once you've registered, I don't think you need to do it again, but we'll see. But as you can see, I've loaded it. I'm going to go continue. And let's see what this is. So let's go IT Pro. Let's just put virtualization. And let's see if it, and any of the data that is relevant to me is old, so please call me on the phone or anything. And there we go. And let's save that also. So that's going to be saving in the downloads file. Finally, what we need to do while we're here is go to this tab right here. And this will allow us to download the sample databases that we need for SQL 2014. So you can do, we may not have 2014, or so we can just do 2012. And that's fine. Or actually, there it is right here. I'm sorry. So just go to here and click on AdventureWorks 2012. And just click it. And the one we want is AdventureWorks 2000 full database zip. So click that one. And again, save. So at this point, we should have 5 separate things. We've got the Oracle extension. We've got the Oracle box. We've got the SQL Server SQL Server 2014, and then we've got the operating system, and finally the AdventureWorks 2012. And that will take some time in downloading. So what I'm going to do right now, as you can see for here, show all downloads. As you can see, it's going to take some time to download these. So what I'm going to do is pause the video here, and when it comes back, we'll start with the next video. Well, actually, I'm going to let this continue. So you should let this continue, and it may take about 20 or 30 minutes to download all this software. So once this is downloaded, what we'll continue with the next video is how to install and download the VirtualBox software, and then how to create a virtual machine, so you get an idea of what that looks like. So I'm going to leave it here and let you continue. So you make sure you have all this prerequisites, so we don't waste time here in understanding and redeploying it. So after you've done that, we'll continue with installing VirtualBox and creating a virtual machine. So I think I'll leave it here, and we'll continue with the next video. So let's look at what we need to do. So make sure you've got all this. And as I said, I will provide you with this Word document, so you don't have to go, so you can just copy paste all the necessary software that we need. So once we've done that, the next thing we'll do is on the next video, we'll answer this question: what is a VirtualBox? Although I've introduced it to some degree, and we'll actually create a virtual machine. So I'll see you then. So my name is Raphael, and this is how to become a production SQL database administrator. See you in the next video.